Hey, shalom, shalom, shalom. This is Naaman with the DC Camp Branch of Great Millstone, back for another video. First and foremost, call hello Yahweh, Ba'Shem Yahushai, Ba'Shem Rakah Kodash. Once again, double honors go out to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone who deserve double honors. I'd like to send salutations out to the fellow Akim that are out there on the highways and byways, week in and week out, amongst numerous videos also. All right, spreading the truth across four corners of the earth, all the while trying to wake up the remaining hopeful elect because time grows more and more short. All right, just finished watching the Trump's address to Congress. It just went off. Lots of division. I'll save that for another video, but meanwhile, this one, which is loosely related, because these people that voted this guy in are pretty bold. All right, and this is just one small example of that. Despite what's going on, lots of faces. Hey, those leopards are having a good time, right? So in any case, let me go ahead and get the copyright disclaimer. It says under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statutes that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use, because I'm in no way profiting from this, nor do I seek to. This is purely educational, reporting, etc. All right, so let's go back and run the video.
Customer writes, quote, "I hope Trump deports you," on a receipt where a tip should be left, but it wasn't. Go ahead and put it up for my ass. Got a hell of a story for you. Okay. An Ohio realtor, according to the narrative, leaves no tip at a Mexican restaurant and instead writes, quote, "I hope Trump deports you." Okay, you're looking at it there. Stephanie Lovins has now been fired from Century 21 after allegedly writing the racist note to a waiter. Well, it turns out the server is a disabled U.S. citizen who works 2 jobs 7 days a week. Okay? We have it here. Put it up. So this is an interesting dynamic. Stephanie is no longer a realtor with Century 21. However, she did claim, or try to claim, her credit card was stolen. All right, let's go down this rabbit hole. Going as far as to make them.
Look at her. That's that blonde, blue-eyed, white woman. Come on now. Her entitled ass. You really believe what she's getting ready to describe here?
Multiple posts regarding her stolen card. We have that one up. She says, "Thank you for all of the recent notifications of scammers and profile hackers. I recently discovered a lost/missing credit card and an attempted use or purchase. I appreciate your patience while I manage the situation. Have a great day." Okay.
Where's security cameras?
So the restaurant posted a statement regarding the incident on Monday, writing, quote, "We believe in the power of respect, tolerance, and acceptance. Members of the Columbus community have launched a GoFundMe campaign to raise a tip for the server involved. The campaign had an initial goal of raising $1,000. It has since raised more than $7,500 to due to people who decided to help. And we have that there. If you would like to contribute, we encourage you to do so. Okay. Interesting saga. I just saw this on social media and was following the story, and I saw how when people got hold of the information. Let's put it that way. All of a sudden, narrative about stolen credit cards and scammers and hackers.
Yeah, how about that?
Emerged magically.
Yeah, magically.
The reality is that no one really believes the narrative of this particular individual who has tried to create, in my opinion, a social media narrative to manipulate the facts. Maybe she did not think that the waiter or personnel, the staff at the Mexican restaurant, that they were savvy enough to do what they have done. Maybe you underestimated everybody involved because, madam, if you write something like that on a receipt that has your name and your identifying information per your credit card number, you really have to underestimate the individuals that you are communicating with because naturally your information is there.
You really think people are stupid?
Did you file a police report? Now, can you put the police report on social media next time so we can see the police report? Typically, they won't go that far, ladies and gentlemen. That would then be a crime enforceable by law.
Yep.
All right, Sharon, thoughts here.
Boy, you pegged it. Okay. I would want to clear my name completely, wouldn't you? I'd go to Max. I'm going to Max. Okay.
Right.
And I am filing a police report and I'm dealing with it. So there you go.
There you go.
Yeah. So we're in a time now that when they do shit like this, you got to understand it. Sometimes, not often enough, probably in recent years, you'll probably hear some of us say, well, you know, that's them, the younger, you know, because they were raised in homes that, you know, their daddies and, or I should say parents and grandparents and great-grandparents, you know, they yearn for the good old days. And people like her grew up in those households hearing these stories about how they used to treat niggers and get away with it. And they want to relive that for themselves. And, you know, in you Northern Kingdom, you've not completely slid under the radar, but when it comes to America, there's a history. All right. And what you're finding out now is that Jake, for the last 60 or so years, trying his hardest, you know, to get along, and you refuse to really, and I'm talking about on a large scale here, you know, when they talk about this black and brown alliance, so-called, well, it never really was there on a sufficient enough scale, I should say, because we have, I wish I had thought to bring it up before I made this video, but like I said in one of my last videos, you've got well, not countless, but you have a lot of instances that are caught either in writing or on video where you just absolutely refuse. You said our problems were our own, etc., that, you know, you didn't need us. So Jake, at this point, is like honoring that. I mean, there are Northern Kingdom that are waking up to who they are and who we are in relation to them. Hey, that's a good thing. But the rest of you, hey. But as far as this piece of shit here, hey, what's coming now with technology, it doesn't take long for them to catch up to you. And it's a beautiful thing to see. You know, it's instant karma, you know, as they put it in the world. But this is so many scriptures here, and you know, about what you've done coming back to you, coming back on your own head. All right, and that's what's happening. It's a beautiful thing to see. See, you would know this if you actually, you know, these fake Christians and all this. You know, certain people think this their divine right because of the way they look. All right, and they've gotten away with thievery and robbery and murder and rape and all kinds of wickedness for so long. Pride is built up to the point where they just think that the Most High is on their side, like I've heard in some Westerns. God is on our side. Not the way you think. All right. Hey, let's get some. Let's go to get some scriptures here. And we're going to go straight to, all right, let's see. Got to go there. I've already brought these out, but hey, let's get some more. Might as well start at 14. Behold, he travaileth with iniquity and hath conceived mischief and brought forth falsehood. That's what she was trying to do in order to, I mean, you know, hey, you were caught. You know, and this person was working 2 jobs 7 days a week, working much harder than you, by the way, and was a citizen. All right, he made a pit and digged it, and it's fallen into the ditch which he made. So all this hell that you're catching now, you did this. All you had to do was eat, you know, pay, if you want to leave a tip or not, whatever. But no, you went that extra, you know, and it caught up with you. All right, let's go to 35 and 7. For without cause have they hid for me their net in a pit. And that's these so-called white people, these Edomites, when it comes to Jake. All right, this is, you got to understand the so-called white man. All right, he likes doing shit that takes a long time for it, all right, to come to bear, especially when it comes to Jake. All right, a joke that takes a long time for you to get, you know, that's the way that they think. Without cause, without cause they have digged for my soul. All right, let's get another one. Psalms 119:85. The proud have digged pits for me, which are not after thy law. Why? Because these people are contrary to the law, statutes, commandments of the Most High Yahweh. All right, it's just how they're made. That's why they are the wicked. All right, y'all gonna find out sooner than later. All right, at this stage, much sooner than later, because you don't have much time left. And when that hammer falls, when that breach, that wall, yea, ye overwhelm the fatherless, and ye dig a pool of the fatherless. The Israelites, Jake, in this case, talking about Northern Kingdom. And ye dig a pit for your friend. All right, Jeremiah 18:20. Shall evil be recompensed for good? Hasn't seemed like it in America. When they make this stupid comment, crime doesn't pay, well, it has. This whole America is nothing but a huge crime scene and has paid huge dividends. All right, but that's where you get like Job 20th chapter, Job 21st chapter, Ecclesiastes 8 and 11, Sirach 20. Let's see. Hold on. Let me go away from this. Let me finish this. Shall evil be recompensed for good? For they have digged a pit for my soul. Remember that I stood before thee to speak good for them and to turn away thy wrath from them. Now, another thing, while I watched this presidential address, one thing he went into about making it the death penalty if you kill a police officer. Well, okay, well, what about flip that? You did away with the database that was keeping track of all the people that the police unjustly kill. So what is he saying? All right, and wow, I mean, we tell you about Jacob's trouble, and you people think that, you know, you fan your hand, you pay attention to things that you shouldn't be paying attention to. You should be trying to get this is what this grace period is all about getting yourself right, taking advantage of the time allotted you. But hey, a lot of you are going to get caught with those pants down around your ankles, and it's not going to be pretty. Because when these motherfuckers come in, like that flood that it talks about, all right, in several scriptures, it's will be too late. You know, I'm thinking of 2 Ezra 16 starting at 70. All right. It says, then it shall be known who are my chosen. All right. Let's see. What did I have? Oh, yeah. I'm going to go to Ecclesiastes 8 and 11. Let's see. 2 Ezra's, hold on. 6 and 27, I think it is. Yeah. For evil shall be put out, and deceit shall be quenched. As for faith, it shall flourish, corruption shall be overcome, and the truth, which hath been so long without fruit, shall be declared. All right, let's see. Hold on just a second. That's not exactly what I wanted, but that's a good one. Let's see. Yeah. That's what I meant to say first, but I messed myself up with that. All right. 4. It says, say not, I have sinned, and what harm hath happened unto me, which is what a lot of people do because of what? Christianity. What they teach. What they teach in those churches. All right. You can do anything you want, as long as you can call on a name. They don't teach you fear of the Most High, which is a must. All right. Say not, I have sinned, and what harm hath happened unto me? For the Most High is long-suffering. He will in no wise let thee go. Concerning propitiation, be not without fear to add sin unto sin. And say not, his mercy is great. He will be pacified for the multitude of my sins. For mercy and wrath come from him, and his indignation resteth upon sinners. That's why the next verse is important. Make no tearing to turn to the Most High, and put not off from day to day. What's Jake known for? Procrastination. You don't know what that means? Let's look it up. Jake, boy. Procrastination. All right. The act of or habit of procrastinating or putting off to a future time. Delay. All right. The act of postponing, delaying, or putting off. Especially, and again, this is Jake, out of habitual carelessness. Jake is so cavalier out here. We got time, you know. When I'm 70 years old, sitting on the porch or wherever, then I'll come to the Most High. Then I will find. What I tell you about these churches teaching you some bullshit. And that's why they were set up. Because you don't know who you are. We're trying to inform you of who you are and what you should be doing. But no. Or laziness. That's another way to look at Sirach 5, verses 4 through 7. All right. See, these institutions, these what they call churches, these harlot houses, as the scripture called them, were not set up for our benefit. They were set up to control you, to control us, to keep you off, or let me rephrase that, to actually keep you from knowing who you really are. This is all part of that Psalms 83rd chapter. That tumult, that, in fact, let's get it real quick. Psalms 83. This is all done on purpose. All right, I started 2. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head, that pride. They have taken crafty counsel. That's part of that crafty counsel against our people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come, and let us cut them off from being a nation. You're black, which I'm so sick of that. I'm at this point now, I'd rather you call me nigger than black. When you get into what that actually means, whew. And not only that, African American, what the fuck? That's part of this crafted council. Alright? It says, they have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel, Yasharallah, may be no more in remembrance. And so you get Israeli, you get Jewish. Yeah, these are the games that they play. And our people have been given JC and God. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. And it gives you the enemies, the hit list. And I'm leaving out a letter. The tabernacles of Edom. That's the so-called white man. Who's number 2? The Ishmaelites. Those Muslims, those Arabs. Of Moab. Your present day Chinese. And the Hagarenes. Alright. And some more. You get into Gebal, which I do believe in this reference there were a faction of Edomites living there at that time. And Ammon, aka Japanese, and Amalek, the so-called Jewish, the Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre. Alright. So, yeah. Everybody who's not an Israelite is an enemy. We, as so many who have been outside the faith, have said, we as a people have no friends, and that's absolutely correct. We have no friends. And that's biblical. All right, so with that, that's the end of that. Got a little carried away there, but yeah, these are things that our people need to know. If you would but listen, take heed, and learn to study. You're going to have to get away from your so-called friends in the world, all right? Learn to be solitary and be that soldier, all right? Philippians 2, and get one more here, 2 and 12. Because here, you can listen to the first part, you know, but it's the last part of this verse that people have an issue with. Notice I brought up the churches. It says, wherefore, my beloved, as ye have always obeyed, not as in my presence only. Again, you can't be around brothers and, you know, be all about it. And then when you get in private, you turn back into Negra numero uno. All right. But now, much more in my absence. Work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. And that's the thing that's missing. You have no fear because you were not taught about it. You told in these churches, you can do anything you want, you know, just call on JC. With fear and trembling. Some of the most arrogant, filled with pride, demonic pieces of shit you will ever meet will be your Christians. Yeah. Hey, so with that, once again, I hope, as we do here at Great Millstone, I hope you are edified. All right. Yeah, you're seeing a lot more, and you'll probably get a lot more of this, but why are you blaming us? That's, you know, you understand that at their core, that people like this are cowards. They always have been. All right, here it is. This guy is, like I had mentioned, I went into that song about leopards eating your faces. And it's a lot of that going on because a lot of these people voted for this guy, and a lot of them are losing their livelihoods. You know, yeah, it's funny. It should be. But in any case, yeah, until the next video, hey, again, keep your head on the swivel, be circumspect, because there's all kinds of shit happening out here. All right. So with that, hey, shalom.